Hey folks, Sam Whitfield here. I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you for downloading the audio podcast and listening to the show wherever you may be. I really appreciate it. And I would like to let you know that you can also now support the show directly via Anchor. If you go to anchor.fm/Whitfield Report, you can now support the show using Apple Pay or Android Pay on your mobile device, depending on which type of phone you have. And you can contribute $1, $5, or $10 as the 3 levels of contribution. I would really appreciate anything that you can give. Every little bit helps the show. And you can find the link to support the show directly in your show notes, depending on which app you're using. I would really appreciate the support if you can. If not, please continue to support the show by giving us a rating on iTunes and sharing with your friends. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Hey there folks, welcome to this week's Saturday edition of the audio podcast. I was joined in studio for the first time by my good friend Oryan Battis, who is a hip-hop and independent recording artist from here in Florida. He's a very good friend of mine. I've known him personally for about a year and a half, and he decided to come over and do the podcast live with me, and we talked about his album and just shot the shit for a while. It was great to have him in the studio. We talked about his album, we just talked about our different backgrounds in life, and just chatted like we usually do with each other. It was great to have him on the show, and I think you guys will really enjoy the conversation that we had together. I hope you enjoyed this week's show, and as always, thank you for supporting us. And without further ado, here's Oryan Battis joining me on this week's edition of the Whitfield Report. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's edition of the Whitfield Report.
Yeah.
I am your host, Sam Whitfield, joined in studio live by my friend Oryan Battis.
That's right.
Oryan's not a political commentator like I am, although if we get to politics, I'm sure he'll have something interesting to say.
I will.
Nonetheless, and I'm sure we'll cover all sorts of topics. But my friend Oryan here is a hip-hop artist and just a general musician in general here from Florida. He and I go to the same school, and I've decided to have him on the podcast. Yeah. And he's ready to release an album this week. Or no, this next month,
yeah,
right?
December 14th, yes, sir.
Yeah, December 14th. And so, you know, I like to talk politics on here, but I also like to talk all sorts of shit, as people know. So, I've never had an in-studio guest before, at least not during the time I've lived here in Florida, so I decided to invite Oryan on as my guest for this week's podcast. First things first, though, as always, contact info if you'd like to get a hold of me. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SamWR_NGC. Hashtag Whitfield Report. You can follow me on Gab at Sam Whitfield. Facebook.com/Whitfield Report. TheSamWhitfield.com is my website. And as always, if you like this podcast and you're listening to the audio version, please give us a good rating on iTunes, and please continue to share the show and tell your friends and family about it. Mm-hmm. Alright, so Oryan, that is my good friend.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate you being being here, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so Oryan, just tell me a little bit about your background first of all. How'd you? I guess. Well, just wherever you want to start off in your story. Just
Well, I'll just talk about how I started to do music. So
sure.
In high school, I noticed a common trend, and that common trend was a lot of men loved to chase women. And they were consumed by that common trend.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
I love women, man.
Yeah. Women are beautiful, but they can be a major distraction, especially for ambitions as a man. So once I noticed that common trend, I wanted to break the mold. And I wanted to have a hobby that would keep me home and away from getting women pregnant at an early age. So that hobby was music. And
well, you kind of chose the wrong one. I'm not sure if you've seen rock stars, but they begun bitches all the time. So
if they do, they do. That's funny, man. But no, it was just like an outlet to get my emotions, and it's like a therapy. The microphone always listens. Never talks back.
Yeah, I know that exact feeling. I've been doing this for a long time, so yeah. So you started doing music.
Yeah, about high school, like 18, 19, something like that.
So, was there any particular? I mean, what drove you? Because I mean, how would you describe your music? What genre?
Well, it's definitely hip hop, but it's like life music. That's the best way to describe it. I like to put my actual life experiences inside of my music, so people can either learn from my mistakes or hear a well-described story.
So it's autobiographical, then, is what you're saying?
Some, and then other ones are just like have fun. Go crazy, dance songs. But I just like to have fun in my music.
Yeah. So how many albums have you released? Or?
Well, I've made a lot of projects. That word album, I don't know if I'm.
Okay, yeah. So
I've made a lot of projects. I made I think 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. I lost track. I just like. My biggest issue for me is staying on a project. I usually do something and then jump on to the next thing. So
you have lots of ideas,
right?
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm the same way when it comes to writing shorter stories and whatnot. And even with podcasts, I mean The Whitfield Report is my main podcast, but I have a few other podcasts that I've wanted to start, and
wow,
I've wanted to do like fictional audio drama too. People have said I should get into that, but for that you kind of need like a whole crew of different people to do that. And
what got you into podcasts?
What got me into podcasting? So from an early age. I always used to listen to talk radio, and Rush Limbaugh, who was a conservative talk show host. He's #1, has been for 30 years. That's kind of also how I got into politics. But I like the idea. Take the fact that it's Rush Limbaugh. Take politics away. I like the idea of people just being able to broadcast and speak on the radio and speak to sharing ideas with thousands, potentially tens of thousands of people. So back in 2006, 2007, 2008. As you know, and as most of my listeners know, I'm also really into comic books.
Sure.
And this was even before comic book movies were getting huge before the Marvel movies became a huge thing. There was a friend of mine in Denver who had a comic shop, and he would do a podcast.
Wow.
Out of his comic shop. And he would just talk about comics and get a few friends together, and they would drink beers and just talk comics. And I'm like, well, if he can do that and get an audience, then I've got stuff to talk about, and I could build an audience.
Yeah.
I was...
That's dope.
So I was 13 at the time when I started podcasting. Kind of just did on a fluke. I'll play you my first episode. My voice hadn't even cracked. I was 13. Like, I was still a legit kid when I started.
Wow.
Podcasting.
Wow.
And so, for the first year or two, I kind of did it, and I was... The other thing that motivated me to get into politics was, and into political commentary was, I was always kind of a history nerd and a political nerd growing up. I always did very well in history and current events and politics. And when I started podcasting, that was the same year that Obama ran for president. And me being the kind of me being the political, kind of junkie that I was, I looked up his voting record, which is what you are supposed to do with senatorial candidates and presidential candidates. Well, turns out Obama, when he was a junior senator in Chicago, he hadn't actually voted on a whole lot of things. There were lots of positions where he said that he had taken, positions, but in terms of, what he voted on, he hadn't actually taken any positions. And so all I had done was asked, well, if he's so popular, why hasn't he voted on anything? And immediately I was called a racist.
Damn.
Just because I was asking questions about, I didn't even hate him or anything like that. I just said, hey, look, there's something a little off here. He's not. So that kind of thrust me, I guess, put me into what people would call the right-wing conservative sphere.
I see.
So, also, the fact that I'm very pro-life, I'm a Christian, but I'm not, in your face about it. But even so, I kind of get categorized in the, more politically conservative spectrum. So I just kind of got, so I just kind of dove deeper, and the show started becoming more political. But I also like talking in pop culture and whatnot. And so I've kind of done a fusion of the thing, and over the past. I'm in my 10th year right now.
Wow, 10 years?
Yeah.
That's fantastic, bro.
And, from the time I was in, 8th grade to now, I've been doing it, and, I love it, and I love having conversations with people, and, of all walks of life and all different persuasions, and just, it used to be, when I was younger, it used to be more centered on politics. That was kind of my niche, but now that I'm older and more mature and getting more life experience, I just like to talk about everything.
Wow.
The show is kind of still categorized politically, and that certainly is still a niche, and especially during election season, I suppose, with it being a few days away, maybe I should be doing more of an election special, but as I mentioned earlier, my election panelist canceled on me, so instead I've got my, I've got my music buddy here to chat. So,
So my stage name, so everybody to know, is Chilla Beats. Sometimes I go by Chill. My name on Facebook is Oryan Stay Chill. So that's what it is.
Oh, okay. That's why I couldn't find you on Facebook.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so you and I both use audio kind of as an expressionary.
That's a very good way to look at it. Expression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess where do you know where you fall in the pedicle, or are you more neutral? Or I mean, what's kind of your take on the
What on what?
What's kind of your take on the state of the world? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I've got a lot. I've got a live chat here, so and some of them like to fuck around with me too. So so this one user low key there says enough with the bear names. But by the way, guys, says Sam, you're being robbed. What? This is he can't rob me. He's blind too. Well, don't. He's not Eric Nimmer. And yes, I do. So what they're saying is what they're saying is obviously because you're black, you're gonna rob.
I will rob you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna rob you.
My audience likes to.
Hey, maybe I am gonna rob you.
My audience.
Maybe I am gonna rob you tonight. Black mask and everything. We're gonna do it just like that.
Well,
and then I'm gonna rob y'all too. No, I'm just playing.
No, this guy is as politically incorrect as I am, and so yeah. So to all those people who want to claim I'm a racist,
here I am.
You guys can suck a yeah.
So okay, where do I stand? I don't know enough about politics to have a stance, so I'm an independent.
Independent is still good. You're smart. You're smarter than a lot of people out there. Well, I know for sure. Also, you're. Yeah, I mean, you have a pretty. I mean, you and I are both Christians,
right?
Although we also swear a lot more. And,
well, we do, like sailors.
Fucking A, man. So, but no, I mean, you have some pretty interesting perspectives on the world that could be considered, politically incorrect and whatnot. So.
Yeah. There's one concept I actually would love to share. Is like,
please do,
making a song called "Heartbeat," right?
Yeah.
So people are so worried about the outside appearance and our outward skin, but we all have a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Well, with you being blind too. I mean, you're pretty open about that.
Oh yeah.
You're the studio light is kind of blocking the view, but for those of you who can kind of see, yes, that is a cane hanging on the back of my door. So
yeah, it is.
So yeah, we've got Daredevil in here.
Daredevil. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, he has to hear this every week or so, but yeah.
Daredevil.
Nah, you're cool. I would love to see who would win in a fight. You or Daredevil.
Oh, he would win. He has a superpower. I'm just some guy who's an artist.
Well, no, you and he are both blind. That would kind of be a fun fight.
That's funny.
No, I'm not gonna make you fight Daredevil. He could probably whip my ass if we're being honest.
Yeah.
No, but back to your Heartbeat song. Yeah, I do. I mean, here's the thing. I think people, the word racist gets thrown around a lot.
Sure.
I don't I mean, and certainly race still is an issue in this country to a certain extent, but I think some people tend to overblow things. I think if people aren't so sensitive about talking about certain things.
Well, why do you think that sensitivity has come now, Sam?
What specifically are you referring to?
Why do you think people are so sensitive about the racial topic?
I think, well, I mean, obviously I think the past has some to do with it. I also think we have a lot of politicians drumming up fears, saying that like white people are inherently racist, like like gubernatorial candidate Andrew Gillum, who recently said that this state was full of nothing but white crackers.
Oh wow!
The word cracker is
derogatory.
I prefer the term Ritz American.
You said Ritz?
Yeah, I'm not an ordinary cracker. I'm a Ritz.
Okay. Like the Ritz Carlton.
Well, like Ritz the
cracker.
Yeah.
RITZ.
I can make fun of myself. So
there you go.
Also, I've lived here in Florida for 5 years. I still can't get a tan.
Oh man, that's a struggle for you, huh?
Well, it's just because I'm just that white, I guess.
Yeah, well, shoot, man, I look at me, I'm tan all over.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, so this is one thing. This is another thing I want to ask.
Yeah.
I've noticed that like around here, especially in Florida, Haitians are racist towards American black.
Yes.
Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah, they are. They are. Yeah. Not all Haitians, but 60-70%.
Yeah. My friend who is Mexican, Oscar, you've met him.
Yeah.
One time we were hanging out, a Haitian guy comes up to us in the parking lot of the college. Straight up asks Oscar, "Hey man, can you or someone you know, can you fix my car?" That's a stereotype that Mexican just knows how to fix cars. So yeah,
it is a bad stereotype.
Yeah, but then again, we like to. I mean, that's the other thing is people need to get over some of these racist jokes because I mean people I know like to roast on each other about race all the time.
Yeah.
But let's read the chat. Okay. So I suppose it's close enough in the episode to where I can mention. For those of you just turning in, I am joined by Oryan Battis, aka
Chilla Beats in the building.
So do you have a Twitter or Facebook or something we can plug? I
have Facebook. You can add me and find all my music and videos at Oryan Stay Chill. That's ORYAN STAY. Just in case chill is so hard for you to spell, it's CHILL.
Are you on YouTube? Do you have a YouTube channel as?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's coming in the works. I'm still a college student, so heavily indebted in homework.
Yeah, me too. Well, between this and Scrool, as I like to call it.
Scrool.
Yeah. I'm pretty busy, but you know what? That's the other reason why I ain't got time for a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But also I'm busy with this Young Americans for Liberty thing, which by the way, I just realized I'm wearing my wrist, my YAL. I've got my I've got my... Okay, now it's on. So,
there you go.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So yeah, for let's see. Who do we have in the chat tonight? We have Jeff. We have Codename Federation. Don't know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might be Nacho, who is. Listen, we had we had the one guy who was saying that you were robbing me. So, I think he got kicked. I think he got kicked from the chat.
Oh, really?
For making those
comments.
Yeah, my admin team is pretty good. So we've got a couple chatters, and now we're up to 5 listeners. So
that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Thanks, guys, for listening.
Any topics or questions you want to ask me? You said that you.
Well, let's just elaborate on the album I have, December 14th. So
yeah,
it's called Sandbox. So I named the album Sandbox because lately I've just been feeling like I'm playing around in the sandbox, and life is outside of the sandbox. So if you think about the sandbox, you can create things with your own hands and marvel at what you've created. But outside the sandbox, God has already created so many things we can marvel at. Sandbox, December 14th. Chilla Beats.
Is that going to be on iTunes or?
Well, I'm going to try to, but it's going to be on audiomag.com. That's where you can find it, December 14th.
Reverb Nation?
No, audiomag.com.
Oh, Audiomac.
Yeah, another website.
How many different audio there? Well, I know that there's like. I know that for distributing music online, there's Reverb Nation. There's
SoundCloud.
Yeah,
SoundClick. There's a lot.
Yeah, SoundCloud is horrible though. They you get like a limited amount of space for free, and then they make you pay out the ass for it.
Yeah, they do. They do.
And then what's that one that Bandcamp.
I haven't been on that one.
Yeah, all my friends in Denver who make albums, they all had their shit on
Bandcamp. Maybe I'll look into that.
Bandcamp. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. People were wanting me to make like an album of like best of podcasts a few years. I don't know. So Sandbox, you're playing on in the Sandbox, and like you said, you don't like to use the term album. So I guess how many projects have you put out there?
Like I said, I lost track. It's like 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. On like I have 2 SoundClouds, I have 1 AudioMac, and I have a Reverb Nation account. So I have a lot. I forgot. I just like to make music. It's kind of like if you think of paintings in the house. I like a lot of paintings around.
Yeah, but I guess so. What's different from Sandbox compared to your other projects? Because it seems to me, at least, and keep in mind I've only known you for about a year and a half, but even so, it seems to me like Sandbox is more of a
like a standalone project.
Yeah,
it is. It is because in my past, I would just focus on doing the project all solely by myself. And this project is the first project where I'm incorporating other people intentionally, where I'm going out of my way to get other people involved. So another artist who's going to be involved, her name's Naya Love. She's going to be doing some poetry. My younger brother, Jovian, he's an artist as well. He's going to be on it. And I'm going to try to incorporate other aspects of music because, like, I want to just embody a hip-hop album or demo.
What other... So, it kind of seems to me like you're doing what this guy, Quincy Jones did, where he did multiple styles of music and made a hip-hop album. What other styles of music do you like?
I really like R&B. I really like soul. I like funk.
Love R&B.
I love jazz too. Jazz.
Jazz. You love jazz? That's probably my
one.
favorite genre of all time. Yeah.
What's that Miles Davis album? Some Kind of Blue. What's it called? I forget the song. Blue Kind of Mood or something. I forget.
Kind of Blue.
Kind of Blue. Something like that. Yeah. Jazz is the clutch. You can learn so much from jazz. Beautiful.
Yeah, my favorite jazz guitarist is a guy by the name of Pat Metheny.
Oh, I never heard of him.
Yeah, I'll play. I can't play any of this on YouTube because they're assholes on like the
copyright. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you know all this. Yeah. That's another reason why I wanted to do. I'm sick. It seems like every week if I have to play like a clip or something, I have to always get my copyright strikes appealed. So
sure.
Yeah. So for those of you just tuning in, like I said, my friend Oryan Battis, aka Shill Mega Beats, is joining me here in the studio.
Hey.
First time I've had a guest in the studio since I've been in Florida. So wow, in the roughly 6 years, 5 years more or less. So
nice, man. The Whitfield Report.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a theme song for Sam's podcast. Actually, I should have done it already, but I've been struggling with time management.
We've all been.
Yeah. So yeah, look out for that, guys. It'll be on the intro.
Yeah. So this collaborative. So this project is more of a collaboration that you.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna try to I'd love that. Just have 1 or 2 songs with me on them.
Oh, for sure.
But although it's gonna be 10 songs in total. But I would love to let other people have a platform to shine and to showcase other people's talent. And I think that's important. Because it's just not about me. Because everyone's so uniquely talented in their own way. They just have to tap into it. It's all about conditioning. So if you have talent, raw talent, you got to condition it to get better.
Yes. And you do have raw fucking talent. I mean,
I appreciate it.
So you've got music chops.
Yeah,
dude, and
thank you.
And if you had if we were smart, I would have asked you to send me a few audio clips.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, YouTube would probably copyright strike me for any sort of nah.
That's okay.
How do you feel about music distribution rights? Have you kept have you followed any of that crap?
No. I'm totally out of the loop.
There seems to be this whole big debate over Apple and Spotify, and they're not paying artists what they should, but you don't know much about.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I've made a lot of music, but have I got paid from any of it? I have not gotten paid from any of it. So it's I know this guy Jimmy. He lives in Kansas, and he said this music is just a hobby. And I'd have to agree right now. But Sandbox is not going to be a hobby. It's going to be a goal. It's going to be a lifestyle.
So are you going to put it out for free or I'm
going to put it out for free. The first clip of it, I'm going to put it out for free. But I'm going to continue to shop it around, carve it up, and then I'm going to eventually get it on iTunes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've just started making money off of this podcast through people contributing to my Patreon.
Wow, that's fantastic, brother.
Which, lots of artists and whatnot use to, build their fan base, and people can basically support their work.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah. So, let's see. Well, we've got 8 people in the live chat. So we've got Jeff. What's up, Brian? What's going on? What's going on, man? Nacho, what are you doing here? Are you the one saying Orion's here to rob me?
Thanks, guys, for having us.
First off, I'm more likely to be robbed by all of the Cubans running on here.
Oh yeah.
So, well, I mean, Florida's got a pretty big population of Cubans.
Yeah.
Down here.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
It's cool, man.
What else do any, you got any more questions for me?
Okay, well,
we've still got 30 minutes, bro.
Wow, okay, word. Alright, so, what else do you do besides podcasting?
I do like to write short stories, and I try and do some comedic bits sometime on this show, but I don't think I'm that funny.
Yeah?
Well,
give me an example.
Well, mainly I like to rip on other comedians who I don't think are funny.
No, okay.
The audience knows who I'm talking about. How okay? Gotta ask you this. How do you feel about the N-word?
I'm not one. Do I use it? I use it. I even say it's Caucasian people be like, yo, my nigga. But maybe I should hold off by saying that. I'm probably all the way wrong. So
you can say anything you want on my show. It's well, it says I bang Trump girls. It takes it. Well, Gabe's not completely wrong, but yeah, between that and dissing unfunny comedians, like the reason I asked you about the N-word is I know this. I know I used to be associated with this comedian, if we could call it, who during his live streams he would use the N-word 50 or 60 times.
Wow, jeez.
And then not claim he was a racist. Mm-hmm. Not to mention he does have an opener, like an opening act comedian, who's black, and like he makes you look white.
Really?
But he also he speaks Section 8. Even though
Section 8. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Ghetto speak.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I've never heard anyone put it that term. Yeah, that's interesting. Has anyone else heard that Section 8? That's new for me.
Yeah, it's a pretty okay. So one of my guests, since you're big into hip hop, one of my listeners wants to know if Tupac ever had sex with Dr. Dre.
Oh God. Well, I'm not too interested in other guys' lifestyles.
How much do you know on hip hop history?
Very minimum, and I'm probably all the way wrong. But
so I
gotta do more history for sure. But on that aspect, I'm not too interested in what they did personally in their own ridiculous lives. I'm more interested in what they contributed to hip hop, the genre, what they contributed to the culture, what they contributed to life. You know what I mean?
Who's your favorite in the hip hop genre?
There's a lot. I like the group De La Soul. I like a lot of people. I don't know. I don't know who my favorite is, man. That's hard.
Yeah. Brian says I'd fuck Tupac, but not Dre. I wanted to do. First of all, I'm not gay. I'm not like you, bro. Brian. No, man, I'm just kidding. But I know you're not gay. But
well,
yeah.
you know I'm not gay, definitely.
No, I know.
Yeah,
well, I'm also saying I'm also saying I also know I'm saying Brian, my listener, isn't gay. He's the one who was saying I'd fuck Tupac, and I was giving him shit. Anyway, yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I've listened to, NWA has that one album that I heard. I got it for $5 off of iTunes the other day. It's haven't heard that album in a long time. But they just came out with that movie a few years ago.
Oh yeah, was it Compton?
Yeah, Straight Out of Compton.
Yeah.
People made so many memes out of that.
I still haven't seen it.
Neither have I. Well, it's kind of hard for you to see.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. See, that's the type of joke.
Hey, I'm used to it now, partner.
Yeah. I make blind jokes on it all the time.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But yeah. I'm big into rock music too.
Oh yeah, who's your favorite rock band?
Probably The Who.
The Who. Does Pink Floyd doesn't consider is that rock?
Pink Floyd counts, yeah.
Okay, I like Pink Floyd rock. I like Journey. I like Phil Collins. I like all genres, honestly. I'd love to create music. Like, one day I want to make an album where I have each song is a different genre. Like 20 songs that are a different genre. I'd love to do that one day.
I'd love to do something like that too. If there were one skill I wish I could pick up, it would be to play like an instrument.
Yeah, me too. I'd love to play the piano.
I'd love to play guitar, but unfortunately, I don't have the patience or the dexterity in my fingers. People have said I should play piano, but I don't know. Maybe I'll play jazz piano someday, but
yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, if I were to pick up any instrument, it'd be like something crazy, like a guitar, or something really unique, because I like that kind of stuff. I'm a pretty unique cat.
Right now, I'm kind of trying to pick up comedy too. I don't know. I've never done stand up. I just like to ad lib on this podcast.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that, partner.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Sam is a drummer. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Brian? I love drummers. Don't get me wrong, but I play air drums on occasion.
There you go.
But
do you ever play air drums on anything or anyone?
I've played air drums on this desk before.
Oh, there you go. There's air drums. Oh, okay. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. If my as I said, if YouTube didn't constantly copyright strike shit, I'd probably do like recording. I'd probably record myself air drumming into Soundgarden or Nirvana.
There you go.
Or some.
That's actually cool.
Or some shit like that. Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
Why am I looking at my phone?
Oh, that's force of habit, man. You're all right, boss.
Yeah, oh, I know why, because I get occasionally I'll get live tweets too, so people. But,
Oh wow, from your Twitter feed.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
while the show's going on, but there aren't any, so yeah, yeah.
That's incredible. So
What?
why'd you name the podcast the Whitfield Report?
Well, I initially had it called the Whitfield Analysis, and then people, mostly kids, younger teenagers, started making fun of the name Analysis because you take the SIS away from analysis, and AL. What do you get?
Anal.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Who would even make that connection? I would have never made that connection.
Dirty, filthy.
Who would have made that connection, man? Who? Oh my gosh.
Oh, people on the internet. People on the internet. Oh. Yeah, I played. I played air drum. I played air drums other places too. Don't be mistaken, guys. So,
that's funny.
But no, I called the other reason I renamed it the Whitfield Report was the Whitfield Analysis would always take way too much space to type out in the URL bar. People were always complaining. So they're like, why do we have to type out so many letters in the URL bar? So I just called it the Whitfield Report. So kind of sold off every other podcast. So I don't know. Maybe I'll come up with another name for this in a few years. But for right now,
it's working for you, buddy.
Yeah.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Hey, that's my philosophy.
Yeah.
So.
I wanna plug another philosophy.
What's that?
Be ready so you don't gotta get ready.
That's good. That's a good philosophy too. It sounds like you're quoting someone there too.
Yeah, I am quoting somebody.
You?
No. It's this artist. I admire his speech. Actually, his name's Loaded Lux. He's a battle rapper. But that's one of his mottos: "Be ready so you don't gotta get ready."
You and I were also talking Joe Rogan a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you were big into Fear. You were big into Fear Factor.
Yeah. The only episodes I didn't like was when they were eating stupid shit, and I didn't like that. So when you want to eat a foot or a frog or a roach, I'm turning. If you're jumping off a building, I'll watch. But if you want to eat a dead animal brain, I'm cool on that one. I don't need that. I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, I'm not sure I could ever go on to Fear Factor for that reason. Are you kidding me? I get nervous when I see cockroaches in the house.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine eating one, crawling around.
You don't even have to see them.
Yeah, well.
Although, yeah. The bugs. That's the one thing about Florida I don't like, is the bugs. But hey, we get days and days of sunshine here, so
sunshine state.
It all pays off. So, one of our other listener, well, he's been a guest too, John.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, John and Orion should do a rap battle.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, we should do it. I'm not gonna battle anything derogatory. I'm just gonna show my skill.
John's a Christian though too, so he's a good guy. And John Neer has also returned semi on Twitter, so I've got to call him too.
Nice.
I've got two friends that want to kind of meet you after the show too via Skype. So yeah, we'll hit him up
Sweet.
off the show. So so yeah, well I'm glad to have you here.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. This is an incredible experience. The Whitfield Report. If you don't know about the Whitfield Report, you're sleeping on my man here. He's killing it. Y'all are killing it. Thank you for being here. Chilla Beats.
Well, thank you. You're killing it as my first in studio guest. So
Yeah.
Oh. So what is one of the craziest experiences you've had living here?
Oh, in Sarasota, crazy experience like what
Well,
in particular?
just in Florida in general.
Craziest experiences?
Yeah, you've got a whole lifetime.
Yeah. That's a pretty broad question, man. I'd have to really rack my brain for that one. I don't know. Like what? Give me like a specific theme.
Well, you had a pretty good story about when you got smashed and
Oh, okay.
you know.
All right, so I'll tell you my craziest experience as a blind man. I'll tell you one crazy experience as a blind man. So I'm not totally blind. I'm legally blind, so I still can see. But I guess a crazy experience. Yeah, funny. But I guess this happens on a daily basis. So I usually wear a gold watch. And people approach me and they say, so, I see you have a watch on your wrist. I don't have it tonight. But they say, how do you see that watch? So this is like a really particular watch where you can pop up the top and feel the watch face, and you can know what time it is. And you can also hit a button and it'll talk.
I've seen it do.
Yeah. So like people are so fascinated of how I have a smile on my face, and in their eyes they think I'm at the lowest point. So, you know, it's an opportunity to shed light on a new perspective about, you know, life is like an obstacle course. Sometimes it's big obstacles. It's all about how you get around them. So yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, you're also not someone I would want to mess with either.
Oh yeah, why is that?
Why you're pretty strong.
I appreciate it.
You just chugged me out the other day when I was sweet talking to your girl.
Oh. Yeah, right. No, I'm not gonna choke you out, man.
And you also pack, so.
Oh well, we don't need to tell nobody that, you know. That's funny.
Me, I just run people's shins over at high speed in my battle tank.
There you go. That's right. Thundercat right here. This is the Thundercat.
Well, my wheelchair is basically like, I mean, it's a fusion between a Ferrari and a battle tank.
There you go. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
So.
That's great. That's great, man.
So.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, dude, I want to thank you for coming on the show, and where can people find you?
Okay, so you can find me at Oryan Stay Chill, STAY, just in case that's a tough word for you to spell out. ORYAN, Oryan Stay Chill on Facebook. On audiomac.com, you can type in CHIAALL. Wait. I spelled that wrong. CHILL, chill on Audio Mac. On old SoundCloud, one of my SoundClouds, you can find me at Oryan Stay Chill. My other SoundCloud, you can find me at Chilla Beats. That's ChILLABEATZ. And on Reverb Nation, you can find me at Chill. And yeah, Sandbox, December 14th. Look out for it. Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, I know we're not quite at an hour, but I think we can, it's 50 minutes, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll be back later this week to do some post-election stuff, and I hope the elections turn out well. In the meantime, though, from all of us here at NGC Studios, this will conclude the show. So, good night, God bless, and God save this great nation. Thank you for tuning into the Whitfield Report. Good night, God bless, and God save this great nation. Thank you all very much, and we'll see you next episode.